which are yet to be resolved. This is an issue that has affected both Karuma and the Isimba Hydropower project. I thank the Attorney General, the Courts of Judicature, and the Commission of Inquiry into Land Matters for the commendable effort in addressing the land acquisition challenges. The journey still continues. Regarding vandalism, I request Your Excellency that government puts in place stringent regulations and punitive measures, if need be, surrounding the scrap industry, which is the catalyst, which is the biggest customer, and therefore one of the key potential drivers of the vice of vandalism of power infrastructure elements. Your Excellency, before I make my conclusion, I want to remind you, sir, that where you got me from in my professorial duties, I used to rank students, grant them first class, upper second, lower second, pass degrees. They all passed. But even in the industry which I'm overseeing, there are some members that have excelled that I wish you to take a few minutes, sir, and extend certificates in recognition of their services to this cause. May I ask the CEO, Uganda Electricity Generation Company Limited, to step forward, sir, and extend and pass the certificates through you to the respective
Your Excellency, like you know, implementing Isimba Hydropower project has been a challenging task. And Your Excellency, we want to thank you so much for your personal intervention and your personal interest in the project that has made us succeed. Like you know, Your Excellency, even in war, you have people who desert the war. Even here at the project, we have those who deserted us when the task became challenging, but we have those who stayed the course, and they have made this day a success. And we will not be able to impound the reserve. Your Excellency, if it was not for one of the cadres we have here, Mr. Alan Kajik, I think we wouldn't be here celebrating Your Excellency. So Your Excellency, we have 22 people from UEGCL, from the contractor, and from the owner's engineer. We thought that they played a significant role, and Your Excellency, we are requesting that you award them certificates of recognition. We have Engineer Chad Silas Akita, the project manager. When I mention your name, please come forward. We have Agawa Nicholas, assistant project manager. We have Angelo Semagolo, the senior civil engineer, UEGCL. Peter Otto, senior civil engineer, UEGCL. I think you go and present them. Francis Ndiakura, health and safety engineer. Helen Kisambirabise, Moses Muhumuza, senior sociologist. Please keep around, you are going to have a photo with His Excellency. Edgar Kansime, environment officer, UEGCL. Prose Nakauka, sociologist, UEGCL. Awamurunji Dorin, UEGCL, environmental officer. Lee Hongzu, assistant project manager, CWE. Professor Wang Tian, Project Manager, CWE. Mr. Shah Baluch, Technical Advisor, UEGCL. Engineer Isaac Alinitwe, Chief Projects Officer, UEGCL. Horia Babao, Project Manager, Telia Cat. Engineer Vincent Otim, Contract Specialist at Telia Cat. Dr. Engineer Jotham Ivan Sempeo, Project Implementation Support, UEGCL. Mr. Alan Kajik, Administration Manager, UEGCL. Moses Otim, Manager Health and Safety. Jonan Kiza, Public Relations Officer. Raymond Ariho, Dam Safety Engineer. Wilberforce Manirakiza, Dam Safety Engineer. Please receive your certificate, and we request His Excellency, together with the Ambassador of China, to have a photo moment with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that indulgence and allowing us to perform this noble duty of recognizing stellar performance with regard to the delivery of such an important project. And I believe that Engineer Dr. Chigundu made his conclusion on that high remark, unless he has one word to say, which I one word, one appetite. Conclude.
Your Excellency,
Raymond Makula. All the way from Good Life. With Manizo. Every commodity from Nairobi, Kenya. Man, wait. MC Mariachi, Marathon Chico, MC Kapale, Jaja Bruce, Godi, Molan and Dre, Dr. Tamale, Kalela, Mighty Family, Bobby Brown, and Nilo, DJ Lola, Kabata, Kere in Barara. Saturday 23rd match at Hotel Triangle and Sunday 24th match at Masaka Rugby Ground. Show starts at exactly 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Kids pay 10,000 and adults 20k. A team of 6 is 300k. The Comedy Store Country Tour 2019 is proudly brought to you by NTV.
NTV presents another exciting must-watch drama series. In the beautiful capital of Uganda, a hotel chain has been running for decades.
If you don't show composure and stability, the business will not survive. You understand that?
It's time for the man himself to hand over.
This company belongs to Bache.
Life is so good after retirement.
Tell that to Barbara.
Did you do what I asked you to do?
Who will he choose?
That will be my son.
Are you kidding me? He's a boy.
Who will carry on the legacy?
Junior is old enough to take over the business.
This is ridiculous.
But the contenders are even more.
You think to become CEO?
Confusion of love. Family conflict.
Madam Barbara Tuisabubiwano, Nengena kwa dizom sajja wa chitegeri.
I sleep in the guest room.
Mr. Bate has left his bedroom.
Relationships.
I know that Chief Ambassador is right here. Where is he?
When a guy cheats on you after 4 years of putting up with him, and you need to celebrate.
Come together in the power of legacy.
Doctor, don't you want my number?
Heartbreak.
You promised that we were going to get married.
Well, I don't want that with you anymore.
threats.
If you mess with Rachel, you will have to deal with me.
Revenge.
But now I have you where I want you.
Who will put on the nasty fight in the quest for legacy?
I do not have to explain myself to you.
Power of Legacy, coming soon on NTV.
We have watched this show begin. We have traveled the entire country in search for commercial farmers.
Cassava is now a cash crop in Teso.
Farmers from across Uganda have benefited from agriculture.
Somebody who is doing fish farming, this is an opportunity, a huge opportunity, in that the market and the demand is already available.
I realized there was potential in goat farming. I started with around 30 goats.
You don't need a lot of money to start, but rather the heart and determination.
Intending farmers is to have a positive attitude and start.
It doesn't need the person to have gone to school or to have not gone to school. Possibly keeping is one of the projects that have money.
You go home, you come back to harvested honey.
And who said there is no market?
Like that fish pond, where it is, I've stocked now 700 fish.
What I've seen in agriculture is that the market for produce is there.
All you need is you to make a difference.
Everywhere you go, people do just about the same things, but we thought if we could just put some spunk into agriculture.
Farming comes in many packages. It takes courage, determination, focus, and above all, the zeal.
I have a passion for animals.
Stop feeling pity for yourself. Don't blame it on anyone. Stand up and do something. Farming is fun. Join us on this program and let's make the world we live in a better place.
You, the viewer outside there, don't you see it is just lively?
At Seeds of Gold every Saturday only on NTV.
Are you in Kampala, East, West, Central, or the northern parts of Uganda? Daily Monitor has got you covered every weekday with revamped regional news coverage. Grab yourself a copy and know what's happening in your area. Daily Monitor. Truth every day.
What would you define fashion as? It's not something you simply wear, nor is it anything you envision it to be.
Honestly, I feel like when I look at the bottom of this outfit, the skirt, it reminds me of the office trash can.
It's body perfection. It's the art that defines who you are.
These kind of wedding gowns tell so much about someone's personality. I would wear something like this, to be honest.
You?
Yeah, but literally with like a crop top inside.
When it comes to the red carpet, step back because we are here. You design it. You wear it. We critique it.
So how long did this take for you to put together? This I bought from the States. It's $1.
How do I look?
Yeah, you look fantastic, babe. You look fantastic.
Tell me, what inspired your dress?
This, I think, was her wearing her own label.
I think she'd have stayed home. From your mind and body glam to your step out look, we define fashion as a lifestyle.
Thank you so much. What you guys are doing at Style Project is absolutely mwah. Say hi to Sheila and to my beautiful Bettina. Man, those girls are killing it.
We are the NTV Style Project.
My name is Amos Rugorovi, the area member of parliament of this area. We want to thank you so much for this great milestone, probably the biggest in Kayunga district. Congratulations, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, my colleague MPs. Your Excellency, because of space down there, these members of parliament have not been able to accompany you, but we made an arrangement that after this function, we will conduct them, and some ministers who are not able to visit the station will give them a conducted tour of the Isimba Hydropower station. Your Excellency, with us also the traditional leaders of this area and beyond. Your Excellency, with us is Isabaruli of Buruli. Can you please wave to His Excellency? That is His Highness Sabanyala of Kayunga and His Highness Mushikuri of the Bamasaba. They have been accompanied by Mr. Charlie Gonza, who is Secretary General of the Uganda Kings. Your Excellency, may I now request the Vice President of CWE, Mr. Jan Shogu, to come and say a few words about the project. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency, Chinese Ambassador to Uganda, Honorable Ministers, Members of Parliament, representative of China Exim Bank, all government officials, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of China International Water and Electric Corporation, the EPC contractor, I would like to present my warm and passionate welcome to all of you and equally show my gratitude for your valuable presence here while sharing the feeling of contentment at this auspicious occasion of the Isimba Hydropower Plant inauguration. At this remarkable juncture of happiness, I thank Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for being with us here today to officially commission Isimba Hydropower Plant. I extend my thanks to the technical and administrative personnel from all stakeholders, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, the Project Steering Committee, UEGCL, UETCL, NEMA, the owners engineers, Atelier and CAD consultants, Kayunga, Kamuli, Bukewe district leadership, and everyone who has directly or indirectly worked on this project for the dedicated effort and the sincere cooperation, contributing to the completion of Isimba Hydropower project in one way or the other. Likewise, these thanks are also wholeheartedly extended to the CWE staff and workers, both local and expatriates, as well as the local security team at site, for their day and night continuous hard work and professional devotion, who are the real sources of strength for realizing the project. In a nutshell, the collective efforts of all these people have enabled us to celebrate this day of accomplishment. The completion of the Isimba Hydro project, while adding 183 megawatts to the national electric power capacity, would make up the national power requirements and will definitely satisfy the desires of the Uganda nation through development of local industries, agriculture, revenue generation from the consumers, as well as foreign reserve enhancement from the power exports to the neighboring countries. Besides the economic growth, the Isimba Hydropower project would also play a vital role in the social uplift of the Uganda nation through the use of electric power for their common needs at their houses, schools, hospitals, business centers, etc., and thus would unleash their economic potential and innovativeness to flourish to their fullest capacities, making the country one of the greatest within the region. Your Excellency, in addition to the post-completion long-term returns, the Isimba Hydropower project during the construction phase has contributed in the promotion and development of various sectors, such as the local business communities and the industry, by providing construction materials and the local commodities of daily needs. The local transporters by hiring their means of transportation, the skilled and unskilled manpower from around the country by providing numerous jobs for earning their fair living. It is worth mentioning that the livelihoods of the local communities improved significantly due to the enhanced purchasing capacity of the people because of their regular earnings from the project activities. Additionally, the Isimba hydropower project in the field of technology transfer has simultaneously availed the local fresh graduates from the technical universities of Uganda with practical training and has enhanced their capacities on construction, installation, and supervision of such a mega project. The project specifically focused on building the professional capabilities of the employers, operation and maintenance staff through site training courses and training at the manufacturer workshop. In this regard, CWE, as a whole subsidiary of China Three Gorges, having the high-class experience and capability of training in hydropower operations, especially arranged the client's whole operation team to the Operation Training Center of Three Gorges in China for receiving the world-class operation and maintenance training. World-class operation and maintenance training. These promising and qualified technical personnel would confidently play an important role in the future development of hydropower in the country. With the aim of benefiting the local community, CWE has gone one step ahead to play its part by implementing corporate social responsibility initiatives and contributing to the welfare of the local communities in the field of education, health, agriculture, etc. These welfare measures include improvement of infrastructure of schools in Nakakwanda Primary School at Kayinga District and Malamti Primary School at Kamuli District, arrangement of a community outreach program in Busana Health Center and free medical services to villagers in Kayinga and Kamuli District, donation of agricultural machinery and living goods in Kayinga and Kamuli districts, donation of footballs and sports goods for engaging youth in constructive activities, construction and provision of a free-of-cost business area in workers' canteen at site for supporting local women in running their small-scale business. In the area of communication and road transportation, the project shall distinctly facilitate direct movement of the people of Kayinga and Kamuli district through the construction of a public bridge across the River Nile. This will surely boost the trade between these two districts and serve as the alternative bridge across the River Nile. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, today, the 21st of March 2019, is a day of success and pleasure for all the stakeholders when the EPC contractors, CWE and CTG, along with the Uganda nation, is in a position to witness your esteemed presence on the inauguration ceremony of the Isimba hydropower plant that will supply 1,039 gigawatts per year for Uganda, significantly elevating the power dearth for local industries, service sectors, promoting the living standards of the people, adding to the national checker and contributing to the reduction of power tariff. China Three Gorges is focusing on clean energy development, conducting business for clean power development in more than 40 countries around the world, becoming the largest hydropower enterprise worldwide. CWE, as a wholly owned subsidiary by China Three Gorges, has now completed Isimba hydropower project within the contract period with high quality. Relying on the sound superiority of CWE in comparison to other organizations as capable of financing and hydropower technology, CWE is fully prepared to invest and develop the next hydropower project in Uganda, and is committed to work together with the Uganda government in either PPP, public-private partnership, and BOT, build, operate, and transfer model. If granted the opportunity, the construction machinery, the surplus material, and even the trained workers of Isimba project shall be mobilized to the next project immediately, which would reduce the project mobilization costs accordingly and would create a space for setting lower power tariffs for the country. The Isimba hydropower project shall be recorded as the beginning of cooperation in the field of clean energy between CTG and the Uganda government. Once again, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to all the distinguished guests and to Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for having built a strong development partnership with the Chinese people. Thank you. And I would like to present a small gift in the memory of the success of the Isimba project.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zhang Shogyu, the Vice President of China Water, CWE, the company which has constructed this power station. Presenting a gift to His Excellency the President, a beautiful vessel. Your Excellency, with us there are various local leaders in their capacities, local leaders together with the technical team, the town council mayors, and so on. It's now my pleasure, Your Excellency, to request the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Zheng, to come and say a few words. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, and honorable ministers and honorable MPs of Parliament, district leaders, representatives from Chinese enterprises in Uganda, and the management and staff of Isimba Hydropower Station, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to congratulate warmly on the commissioning of Isimba Hydropower Station on behalf of Chinese government and people. After a construction duration of 47 months, the 183.2 megawatts Isimba Hydropower Station is now ready to generate power. This project is constructed by China International Water and Electric Corporation, CWE, at a total cost of $568 million US dollars, of which China Exim Bank provided a concessional loan of $483 million US dollars, 85% of the funding. CWE, together with their Ugandan partners, worked very hard to make this happen. They overcome many difficulties and completed this high standard and good quality projects smoothly and timely. Today, I'd like to take this opportunity
to commend both sides for the joint efforts made in the construction of this project. I would also like to appreciate the good cooperation and strong support from Ugandan government. This project is one of the remarkable achievements in China-Uganda, China-Africa cooperation. Last September, the summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC, was successfully held in Beijing. President Museveni attended that summit. During the summit, Chinese President Xi Jinping launched 8 major initiatives in close collaboration with African countries in the next 3 years and beyond. After the summit, witnessed by the two heads of states, China and Uganda signed the Memorandum of Understanding on the cooperation within the framework of the Silk Road Economic Belt and the 21st Century Maritime Silk Road Initiative, commonly called the Belt and Road Initiative. Now our embassy is working closely with our Ugandan friends to implement the 8 major initiatives and the Belt and Road Initiative in Uganda. However, recently, some people from outside make some negative comments on China-Africa practical cooperation, such as China increases African countries' debt burden, China does not employ enough local people, etc., which I think is totally groundless. On the contrary, in pursuing cooperation, China values sincerity, friendship, and equality, pursue common interests, win-win cooperation, and put friendship first, and take an approach of teaching one to fish is better simply giving one fish. China welcomes and supports all initiatives that meet Africans' interests and believes that it would be the same with the wider international community. The benefits of Isimba hydropower plant are many. During the construction period, CWE employed around 3,000 Ugandan workers, accounting for 85% of the total staff. Through skills training program and hand-on guidelines, the Ugandan staff were equipped with skills and technologies. They became fresh troops in the construction and earned a living. I'm also glad to see that UEGCL will start cooperating and maintaining of this station by themselves. Apart from hearing local labor and technology transfer, CWE also purchased a lot of local construction materials, including fuel oil, rebar, cement, explosives, etc. The local procurement accounts for around 70% of the total procurement of materials. More importantly, with the commission of this project, the total installed electricity generation capacity of Uganda will be increased, the power tariff will drop, and the economy of Uganda will be boosted. In conclusion, I'd like to thank the management team and the staff of the project for your contributions to the China-Uganda relations and the China-Uganda cooperation. I also want to thank the local leaders, officials, and the local people for the support and assistance to the project. At last, I want to thank His Excellency President Museveni and the Ugandan government for the good cooperation and the strong support. I believe under the 8 major initiatives and the Belt and Road Initiative, with the concerted efforts of our two countries, the practical cooperation between China and Uganda, China and Africa will make more achievements and contribute more to Uganda and Africa's development. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China. Your Excellency, the weather is threatening, and I've been asking, they said there's no rainmaker among us here, so I now call Honorable Irene Muloni, the Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, to address us, and invite you, Your Excellency, to address us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dujang, my colleague in the ministry. Our beloved President, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, His Excellency the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, my colleague ministers and members of Parliament here present, Your Royal Highnesses, the cultural leaders and the religious leaders here present, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Energy, and the staff, boards, management, and staff of all the energy sector institutions and companies here present, the RDCs of the host districts, and that is Kayunga, Kamuli, Boyikwe, and Jinja, the LC5 chairpersons and councillors of the host districts, the project consultants, Atelia EU in association with CATS Consults, the EPC contractor, China International Water and Electric Corporation, all our people from the host districts, ladies and gentlemen. Museveni oye! Uganda oye! Kayunga oye! Kamuli oye! You're almost welcome. Your Excellency, time is against us, but permit me, my colleague ministers, please stand up for recognition. The rain is threatening seriously. Please step forward. I want the people here to see you. My colleague ministers here. We have Honorable Matia Kasaija, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. We have my sister Esther Ambayo, Minister for the Presidency. We have my sister Elios Nantaba, Minister of State for ICT and Woman MP Kayunga. We have my brother Isaac Msumba, Minister for State for Urban Development and the MP for Buzaya constituency in the Kamuli district. We have my brother Ernest Chiza, Minister for Bunyoro Affairs and MP for Masindi municipality. We have my brother, Minister of State for Works, General Katumba Wamala. We have Minister of State for Karamoja, my brother Chizige, and MP for Bugabula North in the Kamuli, and of course my own colleague, Honorable Simon Dujang, Minister of State for Energy, and also MP from Zombo District. Your Excellency, I want to thank you for taking off time in your very busy schedule to come and join us in gracing this occasion and officially commission yet another important hydropower generation plant in the country, which through your wise guidance was fast-tracked to support the development of our country. Your Excellency, it is through your visionary leadership and the love that you have for our country and our people that the construction of the Isimba Hydropower project has been finalized. Your Excellency, as you tour the power station, you have seen that Isimba project is run-of-the-river hydro development consisting of 183 megawatts power station and a 42-kilometer, 132-kilovolt double-stacked power transmission line from the switchyard at Isimba to the substation at Bujagali, connecting to the national grid. The plant has an embankment rock-filled dam with central clay core, a powerhouse with 4 Kaplan turbines, a design head of 15.4 meters high, a design discharge of 1,375 cubic meters per second, with 2 spillways, one for regulation of the flow and of the river and the other for flood releases. The plant has a capacity to generate up to 1,039 gigawatt hours annually with the capability for hourly peaking to meet the peak demand. The unit cost of electricity from Isimba hydropower plant will be United States dollars cents of 4.16 for the first 15 years and thereafter dropping to 1.01 US cent for the subsequent 23 years. The project traverses 4 districts: Kayunga, Kamuli, Buyikwe, and Jinja. The main project activities have been in Busana sub-county, covering the villages of Nampanyi, Kireku, Nampanyi, Nakakandwa, and Kireku Lusenke. However, the dam straddles across the river and is anchored on both the east bank in Kamuli district and the west bank in Kayunga district. The reservoirs covers villages in Kayunga, Kamuli, and Jinja districts, while the transmission line traverses villages in Kayunga and Wike districts. Your Excellency, the project design had envisaged a dam top road to be used as a public bridge linking Kamuli and Kayunga districts. But because of technical and security reasons, the road that had been constructed on the dam crest is to be used for only operations and maintenance works at the plant and will therefore not be used as a public road. However, a separate, modern, state-of-the-art bridge connecting Kayunga and Kamuli is going to be constructed downstream. A new location for this bridge was identified downstream over there, Your Excellency. The basic designs have been approved by Uganda National Roads Authority, which is going to be in charge of reviewing the detailed designs and supervising the bridge construction works. The bridge is expected to be ready by the end of 2020, that is next year. Your Excellency, the cost of Isimba hydropower plant and associated substation is United States dollars 556 million, while the transmission line has taken United States dollars 11.7 million, bringing the total project cost to United States dollars 567.7 million. Government of Uganda directly contributed United States dollars 85 million, which is 15%, as part of the advance payment to commence construction works for the project. The 85% of the cost has been financed by the China Exim Bank through a concessional loan to Uganda government. Government of Uganda has also financed the implementation of the Resettlement Action Plan. A total of 2,867 acres were acquired for the dam, substation, and reservoir construction works, while transmission line trenches a distance of 42 kilometers and covers 30-meter wide corridor of 5 meters right-of-way towers. The evaluation exercise identified 2,661 and 1,150 project-affected persons for the power plant and transmission line, respectively. To date, 96.2% of the people affected by the dam site and reservoir have been compensated, while 1,750, which is 93.5%, of those affected by the transmission line have been compensated. Majority of the outstanding cases are due to existing land wrangles amongst family members, as well as supplementary reports due to variance of land tenure ownership captured during assessment and during the disclosure process. My ministry, the Office of the Chief Government Valuer, and the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs are working closely to ensure that all outstanding cases are resolved. Your Excellency, in addition to direct compensation which has been made by the affected person, the government is implementing community development action plans in the districts that have hosted the project. A number of schools are having their infrastructure reinforced for Kamuli district, and these include Rwanyama Technical Institute, what happened? Furthermore, a a number of health centers, infrastructure projects involving refurbishment of health center 4s and 3s are to be implemented in both Kayunga and Kamuli districts. Additionally, a number of water projects are being implemented and tree planting, which is vital to ensure that we preserve the river catchment, since hydro is dependent on hydro that is prone to impact of climate. I wish to point out, Your Excellency,
The Timeline is brought to you by
Everywhere You Go.
Stanbic Bank. Moving forward. Stanbic Bank enkolera wansi wa mateeka ga bank enkulu ya Uganda. Dial *296# to begin your IO journey today.
There's a lot happening at Facebook. They are going to launch a tool that proactively detects and flags porn amid talk that they could be under investigation. My name is Akudi. Welcome to this episode of The Timeline. According to the New York Times, U.S. prosecutors have launched a criminal investigation into Facebook's practice of sharing users' data with companies without letting the social network's members know. According to the report, a grand jury in New York has been conducting the investigation, and Safwed reports from at least 2 large companies that make smartphones. The companies struck deals with Facebook to access user data like friends lists and contact information without explicit consent from its users. Just last week, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced that the company would be pivoting to a privacy-first model while merging the underlying infrastructure of its messaging apps. Now, still at Facebook, they are set to launch a new AI tool that they say can proactively detect and flag intimate images and videos of someone posted without their consent. The system will be active on Facebook and Instagram, and unlike current filters, it can detect near nude content. This content is then flagged and sent to a human moderate for review. Still at Facebook, Zuckerberg has now announced the departure of the firm's chief product officer, Chris Cox, and the head of WhatsApp, Chris Daniels. No reason has explicitly been given for their departure. The changes come shortly after Zuckerberg outlined his plans to transform Facebook into a privacy-focused platform. This week, the social media giant and its platforms WhatsApp and Instagram also experienced the worst outage in the company's history. Facebook later blamed the blackout on a severe configuration change. Now off to Twitter, who are adding new reporting options